Now, if we've made a New Year's resolution here at the Practical Sportsman, it's to go ice fishing a lot, but stay warm. And how do you do that? What do you say, Doug?
Shanties, shelters of some kind, really make a difference.
Doug Tabor is our product editor here at Practical Sportsman. He's come up with 9 different shelters for ice fishing we're going to go through here in the next 8 minutes. The first of which is a shelter, I guess you call it. It's the Apache Pyramid.
The Apache Pyramid, yeah, it's just a 3-sided shelter. Blocks the wind. It's basically all it's going to do for you.
It weighs about 3 pounds, and the instructions say you can set it up in 10 seconds. Let's see you do it.
Okay. Okay, when you get out there ice fishing, you only got 10 seconds to put up your shanty. This is what you need. This will be handy in a tournament where you got to start fishing fast. You're ready to go. Very nice for blocking the wind, too.
Now, a step up from just a pure shelter in the Apache Pyramid is this fish trap, it's called. USL Products makes it. Actually, a number of things at once. It has a body on it out of plastic that you can put your gear in and tow it around like an ice fishing sled. Has a seat on it. But here, the real beauty, the reason they call it a fish trap, Doug, show us how long it takes to put up.
This one, I know I can do in 10 seconds.
Great. I tell you, this is...
Maybe even less.
I guess. Has a window up front. You can look out while you're fishing. Plenty of room in there?
Lots of room inside of here.
Well, that would
Lots of room.
That would keep you warm, and of course, if you wanted to move around to some other holes, man, you could do it in no time at all.
Oh, yeah.
And that seat moves back.
Seat moves back and forth. You can get quite comfortable in here.
Okay, that's the fish trap. Now, you had another one last year.
The wind block.
The wind block.
The wind block.
Let's see, that was a blue.
Yep, blue, made out of aluminum, runners on the bottom of it with no bottom on it. And
With no bottom, okay, but that also was a slick setup.
Oh, very quick setup. Very quick setup, easy to move.
But he's improved it.
This is the new improved version. He made it black for one thing, which grabs the sunlight, makes it a little bit warmer inside.
It would be warmer.
Yeah. And he also put a plastic bottom on it now. People asked for that. They wanted a bottom to put their feet on. If the ice is wet or something, it makes it nice. You're not in the water
This is the double wide model.
This is the original wind block here. It's wider. He come out with a new one this year, a solo. One of the big problems with this is you have to have a truck.
Yeah.
You have to have a truck, a van, something like that on that order.
But neat thing is, all this canvas.
He come with a new solo this year that's a little bit narrower. Mm-hmm. And it comes apart here.
Here it has just little spring-loaded pins. If you push that bottom one there. So you can take this off, this frame off, and then you have something that can fit in the trunk of the car.
It'll fit right up in the trunk of your car, and it still opens up the same quick way that the wind block does and sets up just as fast. It's just a little easier to get around.
This is the Minuteman. Now, no, this is the
wind block.
The Minuteman. The Minuteman is one that you showed last year.
We showed the Minuteman last year. The Minuteman was probably one of the first portable shanties that was affordable for people to buy that was around.
That's been around. You've seen it advertised for several years.
Long time.
And that Minuteman, of course, has been very popular. But also that company has come out, the Chappelle company, with a new improved version.
This is it. It's plastic bottom instead of being the wood like it was before. Makes it a lot lighter weight. Mm-hmm. Also, it's less maintenance. You don't have the screws pulling out of the wood. The covers where the holes are now are plastic. They're attached on here so that you don't have that piece of wood when you get it.
Now, this one, is it like the Minuteman? Sets up in how long?
Sets up like the Minuteman, about a minute.
Hey, we don't have time for that, though.
I can do it. No problem for TV.
I guess not.
I've even got time to show you one other thing here. The floor comes up, got little pegs here that I thought was neat. You can't lose them. Just flips right up. It'll stay there, or it's got a little nylon tie you can tie it
Instead of the wood.
Instead of the wood.
With the floor on it. But you know, this type of thing is getting to be more like a deer hunting shack. Of course, we did a show on that, and I think that some of these, this could almost adapt to it.
There is one now on the market that is adaptable. It's the Viking 200.
Okay, and what makes that adaptable as a hunting shack?
Basically what he's done is put camouflage on it instead of either gray or black or blue.
It must have shooting windows.
And it's got windows on the ends and on both sides.
So that one is now we're stepping into sort of the all-purpose type of shanty.
Yep. I think that's something a lot of the shanty people would like to do because, as you know, there are a lot of blind sold and a lot of shanties.
Mm-hmm. But say people are a little squeamish about the size of these shanties, you know, claustrophobic.
The old claustrophobia, yeah.
Yeah, we do have some bigger shanties. Now this one is called the Trophy. and this is the type of case it comes in. Before we open this up, out on the ice, let's talk about the predecessor of this, which is a classic, is the clam.
Is the clam, yep. Very, very similar to the clam, sets up a little differently.
Well, the clam, though, you have one. You've had one for years.
Yep, I've had a clam for quite a while. They've done some improvements on the clam. We weren't able to get one. I think he's selling them too fast to send us a new one. They've done some improvements on that. It sets up a lot faster. Last year when we put it up, there were a lot of poles, and you had to put the tarp over the top of it. You don't have to do that anymore. It's all attached.
So the clam is improved and selling like hotcakes, apparently.
That's what I hear.
But now let's take a look at this trophy. Put this baby up. This brings us down to the last two shanties that we're going to show, and this is really the roots, wouldn't you say, of the modern portable shanties, Lumitent?
I would say probably Lumitent was one of the first portable shanties that was made.
And it had the skis on the bottom. In fact, we showed this one last year, how quickly it sets up. And of course, anything that's been on the market a long time that's an old standard, a classic, people come along with what they consider new, improved versions.
Yep.
This one here, made by Senko. And this is the Super Shack. Super Shack. And it comes in a kit with the skis on the bottom. So this one, we have not set this up yet.
Nope.
Let's go and give it a try.
Let's go do it.
Lightweight. Snap this baby. That's quick. You gonna go inside?
Yeah, I'll go inside.
Okay.
It's nice and light in here.
It is. You can get the black.
That comes in from the sides there. It's nice and light.
Now this thing, actually, you buy it as a kit. So you have to put all this together. It's about a 5-hour job, but that keeps the price down. And for people, Doug, who don't want to spend several $100s on a full shanty, finally have the sled about.
The sled about. Just to take off from what ice fishermen have used for years, the kid sled. And it's wider, so it's more stable. Heavy, build a little bit heavier than the kid stuff. Can be hooked onto a snowmobile and pulled right behind you, or you could just pull it. I love it. It's got holes in the side, so you can put bungee cords across to keep your buckets in there.
Yeah, but you just want to go and sit out on the ice by yourself.
Right.
if the weather is good. By the way, we're going to have all of these shanties on display at our ice fishing weekend here at the museum. We have different weekends